Coach Prime was a coach with no college coaching experience who wanted to become the next head coach of Florida State University. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Florida State decided to go in another direction. Now we have Coach Prime as the new head coach at Jackson State University, and his name is popping up everywhere. This is what I call the prime time effect. And I'm trying to tell you guys right now, JSU, this is a gift and a curse. Let me break this down for you right now. It's your favorite coach back at it again, 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so by now, hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. Don't forget, like, comment, and share on these videos as well. And also, tap in a friend or two. Tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes over here. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, let's tap on into this craziness right now, because I know y'all like, Coach, you dropping in heat with both of these daggone with these daggone Coach Prime candidate situations here. Well, I got another one for you. Listen, my dad always told me, he who fails to plan, plans to fail. And I guess someone whispered that into Coach Prime's ears as he was growing up, for him to understand that you always go into a situation with a plan. And it seems like the plan that he put in place, everybody's beginning to see exactly what he's capable of doing, even those who didn't want to give him a chance in the beginning when he was trying to go in a different direction. But you know what? Coach Prime is now at Jackson State, and he's doing things that people never imagined happening. Now, let's dive into this a little deeper. If you haven't heard by now, TCU, their head coach, Gary Patterson, he decided to resign. He was the defensive coordinator from 1998 to 2000, and he became the head coach of TCU in 2000 until, was it last week, he decided to resign. When you hear the boosters start getting upset and those rumblings going on, and it gets real loud about them wanting another coach to come into the program to lead their team, for them to, continue to keep scribbling that check to give to the school to keep the program rolling, guess what? They're going to start listening to what's going on. And that's what happened with Gary Patterson. They lost the last two games to Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma, and West Virginia. And a lot of those boosters, they didn't like the way that TCU lost those games. And they wanted a change. So guess what? The athletic director decided, hey, let's go ahead and make this change. They made the change in the manner in which they did. They were going to fire him. Patterson's been there since 1998. He decided, hey, you're not going to fire me. I'll resign. So he went ahead and resigned and left the university. Now, what bothers me about how that was done is the fact that all of the boosters wasn't on board with that. There was a small group that wanted him to stick around and just let things die out the way that they needed to, as far as with him removing himself possibly at the end of the season. But it didn't work that way. So now, hearing that Gary Patterson is no longer going to be at the school, guess what? They're losing recruits. So now you ask yourself, how do you combat all of the chaos that's been created behind the Gary Patterson behind Gary Patterson resigning? Guess what? I'm going to tell you how. You throw a name into the mix that you're not even really considering bringing into the program, and that will be none other than Coach Prime. Like I said, you don't want to scare off the real candidates that you want to bring into the program that could possibly consider wanting to coach there. Why? Because the simple fact is you don't want everybody looking at the nasty deed that you did to the previous coach. And also you want to kind of calm down all the chatter that's going on so people are not sitting there looking like, dang, man, they really did this man like this for all of the time that he gave to them. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you heard me say it before, you're going to hear me say it again. This is a business. And guess what? There's no friends in business. As long as you're able to give a service and you're able to continue to keep having those boosters scribble that check to bring it to the school to keep moving the program along, hey, you're in their good graces. But when things start going awry and people start, get that little nasty feeling about you, guess what? Now it's time they want your behind to go. And a lot of folks don't understand that because we have a tendency of getting too attached to coaches, people, and programs. A lot of times these programs, they're going to move in directions in which many are not going to understand. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to see some coaches that's going to shuffle around in some of these conferences. Matter of fact, your favorite coach's coach might be up out of a program sometime here soon. You heard it from me first. I'm just telling you. Watch what I'm telling you. And I'm not talking about Coach Prime. I'm not talking about Coach Prime. Relax. Let me make sure I preface. Ask yourself this question. How do you combat the chaos? You combat the chaos by adding a name. You add a name to the coaching search that people are going to talk about. So now you got all of this conversation going on about your university and your program. Now, they don't care nothing about how it's going to disrupt the program that coach may currently be at, but they want everybody to talk it. Everybody know you talk about Coach Prime, you're going to have a lot of people discussing what's going on. And not to mention, you don't want to scare off the coach looking to bring into the program with how you got rid of the previous coach. I believe this is just smoke and mirrors to get people to talking because the primetime effect is real. Here, look at this tweet that I found online from a Horned Frog supporter who has such nasty comments about Coach Prime. This is why I say having Coach Prime as JSU head coach is a gift and a curse. Break it down to you like this. In the movie American Gangster, Frank Lucas said, brand names mean something. They know the company isn't going to try to fool them with an inferior product. They know, who I'm saying they, those that are throwing Coach Prime name out there as a possible coaching candidate, they know Coach Prime, they're going to get Coach Prime. Hey, JSU fans, there's nothing for you to worry about here. Because JSU head coach Prime, head coach. So keep pressing forward and enjoy the gift you have, a leader of men. But until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. And remember, guys, be the one and lead.